From WTNC Knoxville, Fox 40 10 o'clock news starts now.
This is a live look right now at the crews on the scene of a huge fire at a condo in West Knoxville. This is the live picture. We have more details coming up in just a moment. That's right. Crews are fighting this large fire in West Knoxville. As we mentioned, it's on Gleason Drive near Westtown Mall. The Knoxville Fire Department got the call around 9 o'clock tonight. When crews arrived, flames had already engulfed the roof of a condo at the Meadows condominium complex. Reporter Becca Habiger is live at the scene. Becca, what can you tell us so far?
Well, here's some good news for you. Nobody is injured. That's straight from Captain DJ Corcoran of the fire department about 2 minutes ago. He also tells me that the fire is officially under control at this point. Behind me, you can see the crews working. He tells me 3 units were impacted. There are 3 others that they're looking at, possibly for smoke damage, but we know 3 of them were directly impacted by the fire. The fire came through the roof of one of them and spread through the walls of the other 2. It's still too early to say exactly what caused this. We'll, of course, be checking with the fire department throughout the night. We can also tell you that we're pretty sure that no pets were injured in this at this point. Now, each of the 3 units were occupied, meaning at least 3 people are without a place to sleep tonight, though that number is likely higher if there were more than 1 occupant in each unit, and they don't have that information for us at this moment, but we will get that for you later this evening. Other information we can tell you, the call came in just a little after 9 this evening, and again, nobody is injured. Fire is under control, so about as good of news as we can bring you. Of course, always better to have no fire at all, but nobody injured here in West Knoxville. For now, I'm Becca Habiger live in West Knoxville for WBIR 10 News and Fox 43 10 o'clock news.
All right, Becca, we will continue to check in with you for updates. Becca again joining us live from West Knoxville, where they're battling a large fire at a condominium off Gleason. And we are following more breaking news. This out of Blount County. The sheriff's office says crews took 1 man to the hospital after a shooting on La Follette Drive. It happened around 8:30 this evening. Deputies say a suspect is being held. We will continue to follow this story online at WBIR.com. Now back to our top story. Science teacher and track coach Eddie Anderson is suspended for engaging in inappropriate contact with a former student and for several problems after a track meet in South Carolina. New tonight, Steve Butera talked to those in support of Coach Anderson who say right now there's not enough evidence to suspend the popular coach. Steve?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, Robin and Beth. And we should mention one day after the suspension, Anderson announced his retirement effective June the 2nd. The school system is keeping mum. Supporters at a Board of Education meeting tonight said they just want to know what happened.
This is Erica's bulletin board.
We as the BOE will not resolve this situation in media or on Facebook and cannot speak on personnel issues, end quote. Anderson has been suspended without pay. Oak Ridge police couldn't comment because the investigation is open. Guys?
All right, Steve Butera, thank you for the update. A Syrian student seeking refuge here in the U.S. is granted asylum. This is a story we brought you last month. A woman who wants to only be named Haya came to the U.S. with a student visa. It was set to expire after graduation, and her attempt to receive asylum in jeopardy. Reporter Kendall Morris tells us about her fight to stay in this country. Kendall.
And Robin, Haya received a notice of intent to deny in March. That made her chances of getting asylum very slim. She worked with the legal team at UT, forming a rebuttal. Haya says there's no way she could go back to Syria. Politics and religion divide the country in chaos, giving Haya reason to fear for her life if she returned. She received the news the U.S. granted her asylum on Monday.
I didn't know the chances, the odds, to tell you the truth. I was just hoping that they will consider it again and understand that I'm really afraid, and there's no way for me that I can go back there. I can't.
Haya's legal team worked to prove that her fear of returning to Syria was reasonable. This grant of asylum makes Haya a refugee for 1 year. Then she can apply for her permanent residence card after 4 years. Haya can apply to become a U.S. citizen then. Robin and Beth?
All right, Kendall, thanks so much for that story. Well, the engineer of the Amtrak train that derailed in Philadelphia is from Tennessee. Brandon Boston grew up in Memphis. He was operating the train when it went off the tracks at 106 miles per hour last night. The NTSB is still investigating the crash. We will have more details on that coming up later in this newscast. To the forecast now. Wet weather in the forecast, but today was another AB day, as we like to call it. Thank you.
Payday loan stores. Knoxville city leaders call them a growing problem.
And here's why. Clustering in two sections, North Knoxville and South Knoxville, we've counted a total of 17 loans stores in less than 3 miles.
Reporter Jeff Monlock has new developments tonight in a fight to keep these stores from overpopulating busy roads.
They pop up faster than Unlock. Fox 43 10 o'clock news.
The Metropolitan Planning Commission is nearing the final stages of its study. Once complete, a new ordinance limiting payday loan locations could go up as a vote as soon as June or July.
Well, many of you watched as American Idol crowned its new winner tonight right here on Fox 43.
Nick Fradiani.
Yep, Nick Grandiani is the season 14 champ. Tennessee native Clark Beckham, the runner-up. He is from White House, north of Nashville. Beckham says he's proud he made the top 2 and is happy with his performances on the show.
I sang and played the way I wanted to, played the chords I wanted, how I wanted, sang the way I wanted and felt, and I did my best.
Boy, he did. Although the show just crowned its new winner tonight, Idol is already looking ahead and holding auditions for its next and final season. But certainly congratulations to Clark Beckham from White House, Tennessee.
Well, surprise, surprise, Knoxville is ranked again as one of the worst places for allergies. But this list cites different reasons than a high pollen count, how climate change could be making your allergies worse.
And an East Tennessee Knoxville Elementary School pays tribute to the 3 lives lost in last December's deadly school bus crash. How the students are remembering their peers. Up next.
A Knox County school is adding a memorial for 3 people killed in a school bus crash. Sunnyview primary students Akia Burns, Soraya Glasper, and teacher's aide Kim Riddle died in December when 2 school buses collided. The school will plant trees in their honor. Sunnyview's principal, staff, and students will take part in that tree planting ceremony tomorrow morning.
A new report is linking climate change to a rise in allergy symptoms. The Natural Resources Defense Council found 109 million Americans live in places where there's high levels of ragweed and ground level ozone, leading to a lot of sneezing and wheezing. No surprise here, Knoxville ranked 29th on its list of the worst cities for asthma and allergy sufferers. 3 other Tennessee cities made it into the top 35. The nonprofit says one reason climate change will make allergies worse over time is because it will increase the amount of ragweed pollen in the air.
Yeah. A lot of people suffering.
Yes, especially it's been so dry,
yeah.
this last week, and we've talked about much needed rain to come in and kind of wash away the pollen and give us all of teenagers take a joy ride in a school bus. How the boys got into the bus in the first place and what brought their wild ride to a halt. Up next.